5 hours of summer, once a week. Hey, 5 hours of summer, one Saturday morning.
Right, it is time once again for Merry Christmas. Thank you. And also yet another episode of Color Commentary where we give you views from a different side. I, of course, am your host, Rashad, and I'm joined by my compadre, Mr. Chuck Taylor.
Chuck Taylor. Should I keep saying Chuck Taylor since you said Chuck Taylor? So yeah, it's Chuck Taylor here. Make you guys like and subscribe. Want to be all in your lives?
We want to hear your comments. Please put in the comments in YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or wherever it is, whether or not Chuck should say his name after I just said his name. We're trying to get engagement, all right? Let's get these views up. Yeah. All right. So we stop paying.
You're like some old DJ.
K97.5. All right, Mr. Chuck Taylor, as you can see here, I'm wearing the purple, and both of us have behind us Kate Bishop and Clint Barton, both known as Hawkeye, the Eyes of Hawk. So we're going to go ahead and review the entire season instead of episode by episode like we did with WandaVision. Just go ahead and knock this all out with one quick review, sir. Mr. Chuck Taylor, should we say his name again? Let us know in the comments. All right. What do you think about this show, sir?
All in all, just I guess a grade. I was unimpressed with Hawkeye. It was a okay show. It happened basically.
What?
That's how I felt. It happened.
I can't believe that you said that. Can't believe it.
I can't say that it's something that I'm gonna miss seeing or something like it. You know, it was on. Hey, I had something to watch on Wednesdays, so you know, I'm thankful for the content.
Right.
You know, help build up some things with Spider-Man and stuff that was coming out and kind of get us through the year to some hopefully better shows and better movies, even better movies coming out. Hawkeye to me, I don't know. I guess sometimes Jeremy, is it Jeremy Renner? Okay.
You got his name. Chuck got somebody's name.
Yeah, got his name right. To me, one thing as he plays Hawkeye, he always plays the same way. Like he always like the old tired dad.
Right.
Like he's just like my knees hurt, my back hurt. Oh, I don't want to do nothing. Like he's like always like that all the time, no matter what the situation is.
Right.
So him carrying a movie, a TV show, I guess I thought they were going to kind of go more in depth on him as a human, him as a person, and like we get to see the cool stuff around about Hawkeye, and kind of like maybe I'm not saying Jason Bourne, but basically I was thinking like, okay, his family or something's in danger. He has like turn on that switch of like the secret super agent guy and have to go stop everything. And also he's gonna help build up his successor somehow.
I mean, he literally, like you said, flipped the switch during Endgame and just started murdering people. So he's capable of flipping switches.
Yeah. So since I didn't know that much about Hawkeye, outside of the movies and stuff, I felt now that I learned more about him, like, yeah, I see why they didn't do a lot of things with him. He's not really very interesting. Like it's just at least the way they made him. At
least the way they made him in the TV series and the movies.
Yeah. I mean, he just in general, just wasn't that interesting. It was like you had to have a lot of other characters on here that kind of move the show along. And they spent a lot of time with Kate Bishop to try to move her as the new Hawkeye. I mean, she I didn't think she did a bad job. She had some funny jokes, banter with what's the Black Widow's sister,
Yelena. Their
little back and forth together was really funny. And I can see them doing something in the future. I like how she tried to pull some things out of Hawkeye, but I don't know. Me and you had a conversation the other day, and it was like we wrote a better TV script in like 30 minutes of just talking about Hawkeye than they even did the whole show. I'm like,
did it even take 30 minutes?
Yeah. This one, the Kingpin stuff, I didn't really care for as much, and I thought they definitely made him touchable, and like he didn't seem like he was such a big boss. I did like how they made him strong and like he could like pick up and take a lot of punches and was more like how the comic book is.
Okay.
But I don't know, just the whole not having his generals and always having like, you know, different organizations that he was in control of. Because I mean, the Kingpin is not just over one unit; he's over multiple different.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like your boy off of Saint Chief's Daddy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's in everything, you know, type of guy. You know, he was like, oh, I got these tracksuit dudes that are just, you know, kind of corny, and I'm gonna just run the city. I'm like, bro, they don't even shoot anybody with the guns. They just run on bats and stuff.
Right.
They do stupid stuff. I'm like, they just don't scare nobody.
No, not at all.
So, I kind of think that this needed to be on Netflix.
What you say?
I kind of think that this needed to be on Netflix to kind of give it the tough type of gritty-ish that it may have needed to show the true Hawkeye spirit, but you know, it was okay for the Disney Plus. I'm glad they did it, I guess, and we're moving on to the next.
All right, man, I can't believe you said that this show was kind of, you know, disappointing, Chuck, because I would have to say, bro, in deference to what you said, yes, this show was absolutely lackluster. I just can't believe it, man. Like, I am a big fan of Hawkeye, not necessarily from the comics. I haven't read a lot of stuff about Hawkeye. I'm a fan of the underdog because I see the potential in Hawkeye as a character. You know, I really was impressed with his performance in Avengers. I thought he had a much better performance actually than Captain America did. I mean, Captain America threw his shield a couple times, and you know, it's all right, cool. Hawkeye was over there, you know, taking out people from long distances, and he was the one basically that took out the shield helicarrier, if you think about it, because he launched the first arrow that shot around the corner and hit it, and then he, you know, found his way into the command center and then hit the USB arrow, which cut off the other engine. So he was the main one that was wrecking shop. And they just haven't decided to do anything with him since then. So my main problem is, it seems that the people with Marvel can't figure out what to do with someone that uses bow and arrows. Like, they see it as a liability. Like, I see it as a strength. Like, for me, bows and arrows have the ability to deliver a myriad of packages and options that a bullet can't. Like, if you want to shoot one person and then blow up somebody else, you know, you got to switch guns. So at least have a grenade launcher attachment, you know, versus you just change arrows, you know. The arrows can also deliver non-destructive amounts of force with pinpoint accuracy. Again, going back to the USB, you know, arrow, or, you know, maybe he could have done something like pick a lock with his arrows or something like that, you know, and with the right wind, or if the shot is high enough in the air, like, arrows can curve around corners. You know, you can't do that with bullets unless you're watching the movie Wanted with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I was about to say, Wanted is
right.
Throwing bullets.
You know, but other than that, like, arrows, like, that's actually, I mean, it's probably insane, but it seems a lot more possible to be, if you want to deliver something, you know, your package, you know, to a place that's hard to get to, like, an arrow is a good way to do that, you know. And then lastly, I mean, they look really cool, like, you know, and you always hear that, you know what I'm saying, like, the sound of it and how it looks when somebody's about to launch the arrow. And we've seen plenty of archers, man. Even Hawkeye in the doggone What If series was amazing. You know, he was, you know, boom, just dropping off.
Yeah, one arm.
Robots. Was that?
Yeah, the robot arm.
Yeah, well, you know, but still, he was an archer, you know, but in this one, they just can't figure out how to do that. Like, despite this show being 6 episodes long, there was very little arrow shooting in the whole show. It's like 2 episodes out of 6. Basically, episode 3, which was great overall, was great. I would give episode 3 its absolute props. And episode 6. But other than that, it's a lot of development, it's a lot of talking, and it's a lot of LARPing. And that was just kind of disappointing to me.
I'll have to learn that word, and I was like, LARPing? What the heck are they talking about?
Is that a thing? You know, I guess we're LARPing. Next thing, I don't really see Clint as Ronin. They didn't do a really good job of making that connection between the two of them. Like, he doesn't really win his fights decisively. Like, no fight that he was in is absolutely destroyed. I think
when he turns to Ronin, like, he went like dark. So his skills was, you know, he was able to enhance his skills because he was just enraged and, no, I lost everything, so everything is death now. So he didn't try not to destroy somebody.
I would have probably thought that Laura Barton was was Ronin in this one. Like I said, he didn't win any of his fights decisively, and then he clearly says he doesn't know how to plan. Like Kate is like, all right, so what's the plan? He's like, yeah, that's not really what I do. Really? You just roll up in gangs of people and you just with a sword and you don't have a plan? That's not going to go well at all. So
told you that's his alter ego, man. That side of him.
The alter ego. Well, they need his alter
ego.
I needed to see more of that, Also, they completely wasted the swordsman. And my thing is, I'm not one of those people where it's like, all right, the Marvel stuff has got to go exactly the way I expected. I'm not a big fan of the swordsman. I don't know a lot about him, but the one thing I do know about him is that he's the guy that taught Hawkeye how to do what he does. So they had all these trailers and commercials, where they introduced him, and it's like, oh, okay, so that looks like that's the swordsman there. Okay, only for them to meet for the first time and have it in episode 2 on a big cliffhanger, like, oh man, he's about to meet the swordsman, and then nothing happened. And you and I have talked about this. It's like, again, if you look at, let's say, Star Wars, and somebody tried to remake Star Wars, let's say 10 years in the future, using some of the characters. And during the trailer for it, they're like, oh, we got Luke and we got Yoda here. Awesome. And then Luke and Yoda meet and they don't know each other. And then after that, they don't talk at all anymore for the rest of the series. Okay, why use Yoda then? You could have used any character. It's the same thing. Why purposely use the character that this one main attribute is the fact that he taught Hawkeye and then do absolutely nothing with that? That was just dumb to me. The other thing is that this show has really no real twist. Like the introduction of Kingpin, that was cool, but they literally labeled so many breadcrumbs with this hand, and what was that? Fat Boy Garage, Fat Boy Repairs and things like that. And still, it would have been cool if maybe you saw him at the end of episode 5. Like you turned the corner and there he was being imposing. But they literally introduced this mother through a text message, like this.
A little gritty video picture. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, that's horrible.
Yeah, exactly. Like somebody was on site and they saw him. It's like, you know what? Let's just use that picture that they took. Like that was really anticlimactic for me. Laura Barton is the agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay. So what? Like again, they sprinkled so many breadcrumbs that we knew she was somebody. As soon as she started switching up her languages and stuff and coming back with all this information, we knew she was an agent of something. So for her just to say, oh, you got my watch and it's got Agent 19 on the back. I was in S.H.I.E.L.D. It didn't have any real gravitas. It didn't mean anything. It was just kind of a wasted reveal. I would have been more.
Iron Man called it.
3, 2, 1. I would have been much more impressed if she showed up at the end. Like she's all concerned about her husband and she's an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, and she's going up against people that might kill him. Maybe she kind of showed up at the end. That might have been helpful. What do you say?
That was funny. Them kids woke up on Christmas, ain't none of their parents there.
At least the girl would have been there because the girl's learning to shoot guns too. So
yeah.
And that grown man,
that'd be all right.
The grown man would have been there. His oldest son.
His son, looking like he's stupid. He knew. Oh, yeah, his firearms.
I didn't completely hate this show though. There were some things I definitely liked. I definitely liked the relationship between Yelena and Kate. I thought that was really good. It was always humorous to watch them walk. I meant to watch them work together. And how Kate plays her character, like she's kind of intimidated by Yelena, but she doesn't know what's happening. And then episode 6, she's still intimidated, but she's like, I still got to do what I got to do because Hawkeye's my hero, and I can't let you kill him. And to see that whole elevator scene, I really liked it. And Yelena is like, she's got a job to do, but she understands that Kate is just kind of caught up in Hawkeye's mystique, so she's not, unlike most assassins, she doesn't just kill Kate. She generally likes Kate, so to see them together. And Yelena in general was great. Like when Kate slapped her, she was like, what was that?
Yeah, she done her part. I did like the episode when they show her coming back from being snapped and stuff, how quickly
that was great. That was great.
That was really cool how they did that. I'm like, that is like basically felt like they were in there for like a second or so. It's been 5 years, like a snap of the fingers. Like what?
Right.
That was pretty neat.
Exactly. I really want to see somebody put together a compilation of now all of the snap and all of the blip scenes. Like I've seen some of them, but now they're adding more and more to them. So I want to see all of that. And I don't think I've seen one that had the snap and the blip together. I've just seen one or the other. You know what I'm talking about? Like from multiple different perspectives, multiple different movies, all at the same time.
I want them to do that, and they show the people that were in cars and in planes and all types of stuff. I want to see what happened what happened to them.
No, they came back. They were dead. Forget what
they came back falling out the sky, or they came back.
They was like in that scene. They was in that scene in the Matrix, so they was falling from the sky.
Old car.
What you say?
All the explosions of cars. They just like come. They just appear in the car in the junkyard being smushed. It's all got all destroyed. They're like, I can't get out. Like, world.
I was saying, bro, they were just like in that scene in the Matrix when people were falling from the sky.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So overall, man, like I said, going back, real last thing, episode 3, like I said, was great. I really, really liked episode 3, particularly watching Hawkeye shoot one arrow with another arrow. That was amazing, and that's what I came here for. And I was very disappointed that I didn't get the chance to see enough of that. So anyway, what do you guys think about it? Were you guys underwhelmed with us? We've heard a lot of people say that it was underwhelming. Some other people said, yeah, I like the show. Were we expecting too much? Probably, but that's okay because Marvel's giving us some good stuff. We want to see them continue to give us good stuff and not go to sleep on us. So at least it was better than Eternals, though.
Yeah, I hope better than that. I get that. We're better than that.
Leave your comment here on Instagram. Let us know if Chuck should say his name again. And of course, you got to subscribe.
Subscribe to survive.
This is Color Commentary. We give you views from a different side. Out.
Saturday morning.